How to answer questions 13 to 18. So first of all, you have to skim read the text. So as we said, it's a long text, could be up to 500 words. So please skim through this very quickly. Shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes. If there's words you don't understand there, ignore them. Just read through it very, very quickly. By doing this, you're just getting a feeling for the basic context of what the text is about. So skim read, 2 minutes maximum. Once you've done this, then go to question 13. So in question 13, highlight the key words in the STEM question. Okay. Think of possible synonyms for these words in the STEM question. What is very important at this stage is you don't look at the options A to D. If you do look at these options, they can confuse you because there's words in A to D set there to distract you. If you have these words in your head while you're reading through the text, this can give you or mislead you into giving the wrong answer. So please do not look at options A to D. Ignore these at this time. Just look at the STEM question and highlight the key words and find synonyms for them. Once you've done that, go to the first paragraph, because this is where question 13 is. Scan the text in the first paragraph and see if you can find the answer to the STEM question. When you find what you think is a possible answer, only now do you look at the options A to D to see which is the right one. And as I said before, if you read the options A to D before scanning the text, this information will confuse you. And this is why I'm stressing this again. Do not look at options A to D at this stage. And the reason why, as I mentioned before, is because of the distractors in these options. So let's have a look. We've looked at question 13 in detail. We've highlighted the key words. So in this case, what does the writer say? It's important that it's the writer because there might be other people mentioned in the text that say something. And the other key word here is people who work an 8-hour day. Now, when I scan the text, I find what the writer says, and the writer says people that work an 8-hour day do not wish to identify themselves. So I find this in paragraph 1 of the text, and also I see they don't like to draw attention to themselves. So to me, this is the answer. Now what I'm going to do is look at options A to D now and see which option best matches these words in green. So if I look at A, they are reluctant to admit this. And yeah, do not wish to identify themselves. That's a synonym for reluctant to admit this. Don't like to draw attention. Again, this is another synonym for reluctant to admit this. So A is a good possibility of being the answer. If I look at the next option, B, they are disliked by their colleagues. No, this option has nothing to do with identifying and drawing attention to themselves. C, they are limited to certain professions. Again, nothing to do with the answer we found. And D, they often catch up on work in the evenings. Again, this is not shown with the words we've found. So here we know the answer is definitely A. They are reluctant to admit this. 2 synonyms to back this up. So we put this down as the answer. So now I've done question 13. I now move on to question 14. And I use the same procedure to answer the rest of the questions. And that's what we're going to do now in the next section. We're going to have a look at all the questions 13 to 18, identify the key words in these questions, scan the text, find the relevant words to the answer, and then match them to A to D.